Welcome back to the channel guys, and as I promised with the last Kung Fu Panda video, I will be reviewing and rating all parts of it, and well, here we are once more. Now I see that although 100 plus views may not seem like a lot, but I really appreciate everyone who clicked on the first Kung Fu Panda review and rating video. Hope this one hits just like the previous one, as I really enjoyed this movie, and I can say that I enjoyed it even more than the first. If you're a fan of the Kung Fu Panda movies and watched my previous video, feel free to subscribe, leave a like and turn on that bell icon. I upload any new videos to the channel. Let's get the channel to 100 subscribers before Christmas, would really love that as a gift. If you're a new member to the channel, feel free to comment, new subscriber or hey. Welcome. So Kung Fu Panda 2 starts off with the story of Shen, a peacock whose parents were full of power as they were the one who discovered fireworks. Shen then used these fireworks for something darker, and he was now known as a fright to China. So when Shen learned of a black and white person that will be the one to defeat him by a fortune teller, he then set out to kill pandas but missed one, that one being Po, the dragon warrior himself. Po is chilling with the Furious Five until he goes to see Master Shifu, and this is when we learn about the inner peace technique, as we see Master Shifu uses it. After this, bandits, which are Shen guys, comes to attack the village to get more metal to make destructive weapons for Shen to take over China. Of course, the Furious Five and Po comes to save the town with a great fight scene as they fight the bandits off. Po however ends up getting hit because of a tattoo one of the bandits had, and he remembers his true family and home. This is when he goes to ask his dad about this, and of course he did not know the whole story, but did tell Po that he was not his real father, and of course to us viewers that was not a surprise. We then see Shen make his first move to take over China as he comes back to his hometown and takes over it, putting the people in charge in jail. Master Shifu then tells Po and the Furious Five about this, and they quickly head towards the town. We get a sick few seconds scene with them traveling to this town. The team then tries to sneak in, but Po ends up getting exposed, and they then start this fight with the wolves with a huge chase with one of them that ends up with them being led to the main hideout of Shen and the wolves. This is why they get captured and brought to Shen. They then escape capture and attack, but when Po comes to attack Shen, he sees that Shen wings looks exactly like what he remembers from his childhood of when Shen and the wolves attack his hometown. This makes Po freeze up and ends up letting Shen escape. Shen then shows that he has more weapons and starts launching the cannons at the team. They luckily escape, and Tigress brings Po to the prison and tells him to stay as he is not focused enough to fight Shen. Po then tells them the reason for this, but Tigress still tells him to stay back. Po does not listen and heads to attack Shen, but when he gets there and starts fighting Shen, he gets lost again and gets blasted with the cannon, which did a lot of damage to him and could have even ended his life if it wasn't for the fortune teller lady. The Furious Five also got captured, and this is when Master Shifu felt something was off and came to help the team. When the fortune teller helps Po get better and even helps with getting his inner peace, Po makes a return, and this is where the final battle begins. We see Po ends up freeing the Furious Five, and they all start attacking the wolves. Master Shifu and the two other warriors that got sent to the jail by Shen came to help them as well. They were winning until Shen sends a cannon attack that explodes and send everyone flying. This is when Po steps up and decides to use the inner peace technique to send the cannon attack back at the ships. Po then goes to fight Shen hand to hand, and with an intense battle, Po comes out victorious. Everything went back to normal, and Po then heads back to see his dad back at the noodle shop. Little did Po know though that his real father is still alive, as we see him and other pandas living in this forest. Honestly, this movie was really enjoyable and fun to watch. Not remembering as much as I did with the first one definitely made it better for me. This part definitely tops the first movie through the story, fights and even the animation. Although I prefer the fight between Po and the first main villain, the last fight scene with all the ships and her and his army versus Po and the others was more epic than the first one. The fight felt like more was on the line as well, giving the fight scene an intense feeling to it. The animation was really good, very pleasant to watch. To me it looked a little bit better than the first one, even when the first one had great animation as well, but I can say due to part 2 obviously coming out in a more updated time when it goes to animation and art, it's no surprise it looked a little bit better. This is why all the fight scenes in this movie looked really great. Especially that scene where Po uses the inner peace technique and sends the cannon attack right back at Shen was really animated well, and definitely one of the best scenes in the movie. The storyline of course had more to offer than the first movie, and that is a great thing. We get to learn more about Po and where he came from, and having the main villain being connected to his past was definitely great writing. This made the movie even better, bringing this connection with the two, making them destined to face off each other was a really great thing. Cause it is just Poe's destiny to take revenge for his hometown and his people. Although we see more pandas at the end of the movie and even get to see his father was definitely something. Although the other side characters didn't really get any development, it was pretty cool to see Po get character development, and also was really cool to learn about his past as well. Of course, can't forget that this movie is a family-friendly movie which will have some really comedic moments, and I love Kung Fu Panda for that. You can definitely go from serious to funny moments pretty quickly, and that is definitely a great skill. I enjoyed every part of the movie and definitely can say that if you haven't watched it as yet in your free time, if you have kids or a significant other or even a friend, this movie is pretty chill to watch with them or even on your own. So yes, I really enjoyed this movie and do believe that it did better than the first installment. The storyline was better and was way solid than the first one. The animation got a little better, which also means the fight scenes also looked better. This movie has a lot to offer, like comedy, action, adventure and great storytelling. The characters are pretty great of course, and the main villain for this movie did a great job, and his character was also great, especially his design. Adding an army and making the stakes even higher for the Furious 5 and Po made the movie and fights more intense. Po being connected to the main villain also contributed to the movie doing really well. So now that I have said all of that, I would like to give Kung Fu Panda a solid rating of 8.7, an increase from the first installment, and like I said, that should always be the case, so great job to the team that made this possible. I hope the third installment does better as well. I have not really watched it entirely, I can remember seeing a few scenes here and there, but when I watch the movie I can definitely say what my take on it. So definitely stay tuned for that part. Thank you guys for watching, I hope you all enjoyed it. Leave a comment for any series you all think I should watch and make a video on. Appreciate everyone, stay safe and continue going for your dreams and goals. Till next time, stay chillin'.